Clinical trials are really essential to advancing any new treatment. So we test these treatments. First, we understand them, in animal models and in the test tube, and then we take them to patients. And patients, are our partners in this. They're remarkably courageous to participate in these treatments. I think it's important to know that every patient who has a diagnosis of cancer should always ask, is there a clinical trial option for me at every stage of their cancer, whether it's at the very beginning or after other treatments, because many times getting access to these new treatments is only possible by enrolling in a clinical trial. A clinical trial also does not mean that there's a placebo or a sugar pill. Many patients think, I go on a clinical trial, I'm not going to get the real thing. It doesn't mean that. Many of these trials, particularly in cancer, we don't do a placebo-controlled trial. Sometimes we do, but for advanced disease where we're talking about with patients with cancer, they're getting the real thing, and that's explained to them. The other part about clinical trials I'd like to mention is that patients get concerned about the cost of it and that their insurance companies won't pay for the clinical trials. But most of the clinical trials in cancer are required to be covered by insurance companies, and it's part of the Accountable Care Act that clinical trial coverage, the routine patient care costs are covered. So I would urge patients to always ask, is there a clinical trial option for me?